If you're going to go to the doctor and you need knee surgery, are you going to go to a knee doctor? Or are you going to go to your primary care physician? So really just think about how can you really just show your more authentic self and the life that you live on social media. And you'll be surprised about the people that will connect with you, and it can lead to more clients.
Hey, welcome to Scaling with Confidence. I'm Olusobanjo, entrepreneur, coach, consultant, and pastor, here to bring you dynamic conversations with high-level individuals who are scaling 6, 7, and 8-figure businesses. We believe that every entrepreneur has a unique story and purpose that can inspire others and positively impact the world. And if you are an entrepreneur who's ready to share your journey and insights, visit scalingwithconfidence.com/guest to apply to be a guest on the show. So let's go. Hi, Adrian. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Great. Thank you. Let's just jump straight in. Tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Sure. So I'm Adrian M. White, and I am a brand strategist, web designer, and marketing coach out of the Washington, D.C. area. And I help service-based business owners scale to 6 figures by launching and marketing beautiful brands and websites that attract and convert.
Beautiful. How did you get to this place that you're in right now? How did you get to help people with their branding?
Yeah, so I actually started as a web designer, and it was a hobby in high school. So 20 years ago now, which like seems so crazy, I was just designing websites for fun. So where in the States, Black Planet and MySpace were like 2 really, really big sites when I was like first getting into web design. So I started practicing my skills there, and I was doing it as a hobby pretty much all the way, up until this point. But once I graduated from school, I started doing websites for family and friends. So I was doing the sites for family and friends, and eventually I started charging, and more people were referring me. And so that's how it really became a business. I established the company as a business in 2013.
I love that. I love that. So it actually came from people, it started from you loving the thing, and then people discovering that you could do it for them, and they started to ask you to help them. Now, the family and friends that started getting you to help, did they have businesses, or were these fun websites or business websites?
Yeah, they were business sites. So a lot of people I know have like side hustles. So at that time, I had some family and friends. They were DJs, or they were doing consulting, and they really wanted to establish their, side hustle online.
So you came in and you would help them. I love the word you said, establish. So it was more like giving them that online authority as you were giving them their websites.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful, beautiful. And so now come back to where you are right now. Do you still do websites, or do you do full branding?
So we do it all now. So we do branding, web design, and then marketing coaching, because I went to school for marketing and I worked for 10 years in marketing in corporate America. So yeah, it's kind of like an all-inclusive package. So most of my clients will get a combination of all of those 3 things done.
From your own perspective, okay, do you think that someone that has a business, maybe they've already seen 6 figures in their business, maybe they're just getting, to see some recurring income coming in, and possibly they have a website that is not branded. It's just great. It's okay. And it brings in clients. Would you say they're ready to go full on branding, or would you actually say they should start there?
Yes. So most of the people like that are in that predicament, the website is not what's getting them clients. It's their word of mouth or their referrals that's getting them clients. Because if they had a stranger land on their website, they probably would not sign up with them unless they were very, very, very experienced. So if they're looking for their website to, bring them clients, which means they can do a little bit less work with the referrals and word of mouth and do more like online marketing, they definitely need to start with branding, get their branding done, and then they can brand the site as well.
I see. I see. So in other words, once you're ready to start bringing in clients from your website without, the word of mouth, without people that that you don't know, you need to focus on your branding.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, what about if you're at a stage where you're still going to change a lot of things? Okay. So for example, you start with a logo. Okay. And you have this logo, maybe your friend or your relative made it for you and you're growing.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you help somebody like that has spent some money on branding and they don't see the results of it? Because this is one of the things that I hear, and part of the things that I teach actually is before you go full blown to spend money on branding, you need to actually make sure that your offer works. You need to make sure that your people would hear from you. You can sell easily without the branding, because hey, the pretty website is not what sells. You are the one that sells.
So the work that I do with my clients, we always start with who's your target client? How are you going to stand out from your competition? Who are your competitors? What's your unique positioning statement? So I think that foundational work and the research is very important before even doing anything. So if someone is having issues getting clients, and let's say they already have a really nice site, it might not be about the way the site looks. It might be that they don't know who their target client is or their messaging is off. So that's kind of like where you need to rewind, go back to that foundational part, maybe even do some surveying of prospective customers to get a feel of what the market even needs or wants. And then you can go back to branding, because then you know who you're targeting.
Very good. So you know who you're targeting, you know who the person is, and then you can actually now just put money in it and multiply the kind of results that you're getting. Because now if you're trying to get this certain group of people and they come to your website and it doesn't look great enough, they just go away. Is that usually what the experience is for your clients before they sign up?
Yeah, they do a lot of them do like a cast a net to everybody type of approach. So they're not clear on who their target client is. So they're just speaking to everybody. And when you speak to everybody, sometimes you're speaking to no one. So yeah, I think a lot of small business owners in general, especially in their first few years, have that struggle because they're scared to hone in, to like be a specialist. But I always say that it's better to be a specialist than a generalist. If you're going to go to the doctor and you need knee surgery, are you going to go to a knee doctor? Or are you going to go to your primary care physician? I would rather go to the knee doctor because I know that they specialize in what I need.
Very good. This keeps coming back over and over again, that no matter what stage you're in the business, you need to actually be a specialist. You need to niche down. And in order to scale, you need to niche down and keep niching down and then blow up in that really micro niche, right? Where you're now serving so many people and you're now giving them different solutions in that really small niche. Let's talk a little bit more about what's the process that you take your clients to. By the way, your background and everything is just brilliant, beautiful, top notch.
Thank you. It's branded to my brand as well as my shirt, which is part of my apparel line. It's also, everything is branding. The process that I take clients through. So I have a 8-step process that I take them through if they do the whole, like basically shebang with me, which is most of the time what I recommend. So we start with doing brand narrative and identity consulting. So that's when we talk about, who's your target client, who are your competitors, What's your mission statement going to be? What's your vision statement? And really craft how are they going to stand out in a saturated market. Most of the recommendations we give are surrounding that, which is a great foundational element for their branding and website. So once we get really clear on that, on how they're going to stand out, then we do the brand design process, where we make sure that the brand is authentic to who the person is, the business owner is, and also is going to be appealing to their target audience. So if they are targeting women, they might want to do colors that are going to be more feminine. If they're in a health industry, they might want to incorporate colors like green, or if they're let's say they're a therapist, blue is typically a color that a lot of therapists incorporate because it's very calming. So thinking about the color meanings and how that reflects them, and also how it's going to, attract their target client. We get really deep into that. And then after that, we do the website design. So this is where we would do a completely custom website for them that is speaking to their competitive differentiators, and is search engine optimized, so they're easily found, on Google. We also do the copywriting for them. So step number 4 is the copywriting. And this is where I have somebody on my team, actually have 2 copywriters now that will write the entire site for them, because that's usually a challenge of a lot of entrepreneurs. So they'll write the entire site for them, making sure it's in their brand personality and voice, and incorporating some of those search engine optimized keywords that they want to be found for. After that, we do sales funnel setup. So this is where we create an automated sales funnel where they can get leads in their sleep, pretty much. This is the whole sales funnel process is it's a big thing. There's a lot to sales funnels in general, but basically, long story short, having an automated sales funnel where you're offering something for free and cheap, and then getting, different contacts in there can really help to warm up and nurture their leads, and ideally get them to become a client with them.
I love that. I love that. That is an elaborate process that you take people through.
Yeah, I actually have 3 more steps. I can say it really quick though.
Sure, go for it.
So step number 6 is social and email launch plan setup. And so this is where we help with creating the content surrounding the launch of their new brand and website. Because a lot of times people have something new, but they don't know what, they just say, oh, we're live now. But what does that mean? Is there ways that we can maximize the amount of leads that are coming in? And then step 7 is our marketing strategy and website training, so they can learn how to update the website themselves. We don't hold their sites hostage. They have full ownership of it. And then the final step is marketing and maintenance, which is my monthly membership program, where we continue to support their website and also give different marketing trainings and one-on-one marketing strategy meetings.
Do you sometimes do some portion of that for different clients?
Yeah. So it depends on what they need. So that one is like if someone just really needs a complete, either are brand new and they just want to get their stuff done right the first time. Some people, they don't do all of those steps because they have some of it established already. So it just depends on what they need.
Yeah. So if someone is here and they're wondering, what's the one thing that I need to do right now in order to start? Because I already have clients coming in. I have recurring income coming in, but I'm focusing right now on expanding, right, what I have. What's one thing with regards to branding that I should focus on right now? What would your advice be to them?
So they already have clients coming in. It honestly depends on their goal. So if their goal is to expand their business and their clients, like we had said before, are all referrals or word of mouth, but they're not happy with the way that their website looks, then doing, kind of a branding and web design or redesign process would probably be key. Most of my clients are in their first few years of business. So if they already have their brand and website together, then really they should be focusing on what their marketing strategy is.
So that they can actually have more clients coming in their sleep, right?
Yeah, so maybe they have things that are looking good, but they're not doing the right things to market it, or they're not getting in front of the right audience. So that's something definitely to review.
What's one major challenge that you see coaches and consultants have with regards to marketing their businesses?
I would say differentiating themselves. It's a very saturated market of coaches and consultants. So figuring out how they're going to stand out from their competitors, what makes them different.
And about how long does it take for you to be able to help someone change their branding and make it really good? What's the time?
So if they were to do like my full 8-step process, that's like a 14-week thing. But if they like just needed branding, that's like 2 or 3 weeks. If they just needed the brand narrative and identity consulting, that's 1 week. So all depends on what they need.
For everyone that is watching this, if you're in this place where you have things coming in and you want to take it to the next level, you can see obviously that Adrian she has it all together when it comes to branding and website and all that. I would definitely want to recommend that you talk with her.
I have an online program. It's called Brand Launch and Convert, and it's the online or self-guided version of my one-on-one program that has 8 steps. So the online program also has 8 steps, but if you're someone that wants to save a little bit of money, or you're really good with doing self-guided things, Brand Launch and Convert might be more your speed. For the free gift, I'm offering one module of that program. It's called Brand Like a Boss, where you can get your branding together. So I'm going to give you all the templates on how to create a brand style guide. I give you instructions on how to create a really good professional logo yourself, figure out your fonts, your color scheme. So all that good stuff, you'll be able to get. The course is typically, or that mini course is typically $99, but I'm offering it for free for a limited time.
That's so kind of you. That's really, really kind of you. And I think it's a very good introduction to where to start, right? Brand like a boss, like an overarching experience that they need to have. So thank you so much for sharing that. We're going to send you a link to that, everyone, and that way you can just go in and get what you need. Just to wrap up this session, I'd like you to say something to everyone in the chat.
Yeah. So a lot of entrepreneurs think that to be professional online, they need to be very buttoned up, and sometimes they're not showing their real personality online and on social media. So if you are thinking about how can you attract new clients today, or something that you can do differently, it might mean that you need to show your personality more on social media, in your emails. You don't have to always come across as so perfect or professional. You don't always have to be dressed up. So really just think about how can you really just show your more authentic self and the life that you live on social media, and you'll be surprised about the people that will connect with you, and it can lead to more clients.
Absolutely. And they can see the real you. They can see the way they connect better with you because they can see you, right?
Right, exactly.
I love that. Thank you so much, Adrian. I really appreciate your time with us today, and for your insights also. Again, like I said, everyone, if you're ready to brand your social media and you want to bring everything together and even have shirts that say your brand name and all of that, you can definitely talk to Adrian, and she'll be very glad to bring things up for you.
Thank you so much, Olu. Feel free, follow me, Brand with AMW on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I'm all over.
Thank you so much for listening to Scaling with Confidence. If you're an entrepreneur that would like to be celebrated for your success and be on this show, please visit scalingwithconfidence.com/guest. Keep shining. The world needs your light.